rule. She was like, treat people how you want to be treated. And that is always how I think about it. I felt like I had to protect myself from being hurt from people that I love. But I couldn't figure out how I was going to make it.
Well, Alicia Keys didn't just clap back. She went for the throat. She flat out accused Lala Anthony of secretly locking down an engagement with her man, Swizz Beatz. And no, this wasn't whispered in some shady backroom corner. Alicia allegedly dropped that grenade out loud, bold enough for the whole world to catch, spinning one flimsy rumor into a scandal so massive it rattled the internet. But here's the kicker, this doesn't even read like some random meltdown. The deeper you snoop, the more this reeks like a scandalous chess match brewing for ages. Was Lala really juggling a secret double life backstage? Or is someone slyly tugging strings just to fuel chaos? Because we've got old snapshots, shady captions, and insider whispers that refuse to line up. And trust me, these puzzle pieces will never click neat. Alicia supposedly dropped the unthinkable, tossing shade so sharp the world had no choice but to watch. Word on the streets is she blasted these accusations out loud, and instantly her marriage plus her entire circle got shoved under a microscope. The moment Alicia lit the match, fans went hunting for receipts from way back. Tiny moments we all clocked but ignored until now. Suddenly, those throwback photos, those slick comments, those random sightings started clicking together, and the internet spiraled into overdrive. Every post, every tweet, every shaky paparazzi snap was fanning the scandal. And word from one insider says Alicia wasn't just catching whispers. She'd been clocking everything, tracking, lurking, biding her time, before finally choosing the perfect moment to strike.
Well, period, huh?
All right, so are you pulling it back? Ready?
I don't know how to do this.
You just go like this and you pull it.
Yeah, pull it back. Follow easier. Sheesh.
Ooh.
Nah, that's...
This is crazy.
Nah, in person?
For the first time, Alicia's polished mask looks like it's cracking, because word is she's been spotting the red flags for a minute. Odd late-night messages, sneaky meetups that made zero sense, cryptic captions that suddenly hit way too hard in hindsight. So the burning question is, was she just now catching the truth unfold in real time? Or had she known all along and finally decided she was done acting like the picture-perfect wife? Because if these whispers are legit, that shady engagement was playing out right under her nose for years. And the more dots you link, the filthier it looks. Some of those staged outings, those flawless family snapshots, suddenly feel like smoke and mirrors, like a carefully scripted cover-up. And it didn't take long for the internet to rip the mask off either. People were reacting non-stop, calling it the spiciest tea of the year. Some were stunned, others were clowning, and plenty were out here dropping sass like it was a sport. One fan even posted, "Wait, Swizz Beatz and Lala Anthony are allegedly creeping, while Alicia, girl, that's karma." You could practically feel the side-eye bleeding off the screen. Because the saying goes, true, what goes around really does come around. Alicia once belted out lyrics about karma, and fans wasted zero time hurling those same bars right back at her. The whole "how you got him is how you'll lose him" narrative spun completely out of control. Nobody was letting this slide, and the comments turned savage, dragging up exactly how Alicia and Swizz's romance first began. Now, with Lala allegedly sliding in so slick, the entire mess feels like the universe dishing up a cold plate of irony. But this is where things really went nuclear. Because when those first whispers about Lala and Swizz hit the scene, Swizz snapped straight into damage control mode. Back then, people were already dissecting LA's breakup from Carmelo Anthony when the curveball hit, claims she was creeping around with Swizz Beatz. And let's be clear, this wasn't just some dusty blog chatter. Radio host Ms. Jones detonated the drama, saying someone from Swizz's own crew slid into her DMs claiming Lala was head over heels, but Swizz had zero plans of ditching Alicia. Naturally, Swizz didn't sit quiet. He stormed the comments personally, blasting that now iconic line for the entire world, "Knock it the F off, ZZs." And apparently, Alicia ate it up, because Swizz didn't just brush off the rumors, he launched a full-on love-bombing spectacle. For her birthday, he flexed hard, showering cash like he was buying loyalty back. The stunt was so over the top it took 2 months to deliver, a $300,000 custom Maybach. Mama, an entire luxury spaceship on wheels. And Swizz wasn't done flexing. He hit the studio and flipped some of Alicia's own songs, linking with rapper Marv Millie, who spit bars hyping her talent, her legacy, her soul. He even crowned her the R&B Rosa Parks. Now wait a second, how did Rosa even get dragged into this circus? But the message was loud. Swizz was staging the performance of his career. Extravagant gifts, loud shoutouts, studio dedications. It was all one massive spectacle of love. But looking back now, maybe it was never just romance. Maybe it was one giant, carefully crafted distraction. Because fast forward to today, and suddenly Alicia is name-dropping Lala right in the middle of a secret engagement bombshell. And now that Maybach, those remixes, those I love you forever gestures, they don't scream grand romance anymore. They scream smoke screens, like Swizz was working overtime to keep Alicia from peeking too deep behind the curtain. And just when you think this chaos is only about Lala, boom, another twist explodes. Word on the curb is that. Word is Swizz might have gotten another woman pregnant. Not Alicia, not Lala, but somebody entirely different. Allegedly, a white woman. Fans went wild instantly. Wait, Swizz Beatz knocked up a side chick, and she's white? Oh, Alicia Keys, sis. But of course, with this circus, nothing is ever straightforward. Some swear this other woman is just a smokescreen, and that it's really Lala the whole time, her name hidden behind a rumor to dodge the headlines. And if that's the case, it raises a dangerous question.
Of the night, bro, you know, you're not doing too bad yourself. You come through and shut it down every single time. Tell me what you both are looking forward to tonight.
Just having fun and seeing a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time. You know, this is a night of art, supporting the Met as artists and collectors ourselves, and we just want to have fun and just have that New York state of mind.
Of course, you have so many big New York records.
How long has Alicia been living inside this slow burn scandal, right in plain sight, while the world was too busy sipping gossip to notice the full picture? Every layer of tea keeps stacking higher, bag after bag steeping until it's spilling over. And honestly, it makes Alicia's move to finally air out this secret engagement bombshell feel way more justified. At this stage, what else could she do? The history, the whispers, the flashy distractions, it's all crashing down, and there's nowhere left to duck. And speaking of history, this isn't Lala and Swizz's first rodeo. Way before this alleged engagement, their energy had fans raising brows. So let's rewind, because this didn't just materialize overnight. Back when Lala was still tied to Carmelo, she and Swizz were spotted together more than once. And if you were really watching closely, their body language was writing its own script. Lingering stares, hushed side chats, grins that lingered way too long. It wasn't giving friendship, it was giving something else entirely. Remember that event where Alicia and Swizz were glued together in PDA Central? Alicia glowing with that bare face shine? Well, just a few steps away, people swore Lala and Swizz were floating in their own bubble. Same locked eyes, same sly grins. And trust, it didn't read as platonic. Then boom, came the Met Gala spark. Lala hit the carpet interviewing Swizz, tossing playful compliments, keeping things breezy while he soaked it up, laughing, smiling, leaning into her energy. Now, it wasn't outrageously flirty, but the chemistry was loud. And yes, everyone clocked it. The cameras caught the spark, and instantly the whispers lit up again. So honestly, for plenty of people, this secret engagement isn't even jaw-dropping anymore. Fans swear it feels like the obvious endgame of a vibe simmering for years. Sparks that were always flickering, just biding time until they finally exploded. But here's where my side eye goes heavy, because if you really study the pattern, it looks like she's been running this same playbook forever. Every time the blogs start linking her to Swizz, boom, like clockwork, another man conveniently pops up. First, a New York City entrepreneur named Bear. Before him, some nameless mystery dude nobody ever pinned down. And each time, Lala never confirms, never denies. She just lets the pot bubble, fueling the gossip cycle while keeping her true hand close. And keep this, no Instagram couple pics, no mushy captions, no public love declarations at all. Which, if you think about it, is kind of genius. While the public kept chasing side plots and side quests, everyone missed the real headline, her tie to Swizz. If that's been her game plan all along, then honestly, that's PR sorcery. Silent control, quiet dominance, the skill of letting the internet scream while she stays 2 moves ahead. But here's where it crumbles. Because no amount of side noise can hide the fact that Alicia has officially yanked LA's name into the burning spotlight. And once Alicia said it out loud, suddenly every whisper, cover-up, and misdirect looked exactly like what they always were. Smoke screens. Hiding the real drama. And let's be real, the internet never forgets. Back in 2010, the same year Alicia and Swizz tied the knot, Swizz divorced Ma Honda to Frere. And Ma Honda spilled it all. She said Swizz cheated and that Alicia knew he was still legally married when their thing began. Ma Honda even claimed she was blindsided by the divorce, totally unaware Swizz was about to wed Alicia just months later. And while the trio tried to paint this glossy, happy blended family for the public, plenty of fans never bought the facade. One person nailed it best. Swizz didn't build a happy blend, he shattered a woman's heart. He inflicted emotional wreckage and tried to disguise it with staged media photos. So when you look at this Lala situation today, it's giving heavy deja vu. Like, history is flat out replaying itself. The flashy gifts, the sneaky whispers, the constant distractions. This isn't just some random scandal crashing into Alicia's world. It's a straight-up cycle that's been looping for years. And now Alicia looks dead set on not letting it slide. This time, she's planting her foot firmly, making it clear she hasn't forgotten the past, and she won't let it repeat without a battle. It all leads back to the core issue. Alicia isn't only calling out Lala over a shady engagement rumor. She's drawing her line in the sand. She's declaring loud and unmissable that history won't repeat without fallout. And here's the jaw-drop twist. Sources say Alicia is gearing up to file for divorce. The cause? Allegedly, Swizz fathered a child outside their marriage. One fan even popped off online saying, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz divorcing? Child, how you snatch M is exactly how you lose M. The internet wasted zero time dragging that old storyline back out. But the chaos doesn't stop at fan shade because word is, Alicia didn't just hear it in the streets. She uncovered it through a court-ordered paternity test. Yes, stamped legal files, not messy whispers. Imagine finding out your husband's double life, not from gossip blogs, but from official paperwork with a judge's seal. Classic Hollywood tale, but soul-crushing when it lands in your house. And here's the brutal kicker. This bombshell didn't fall from thin air. It detonated right after Alicia and Swizz were flexing their so-called 15 years of magic anniversary all over Instagram. All smiles, all love, the perfect facade for the world's feed. But if the timeline's legit, Alicia might have been clutching those paternity results while flashing her anniversary grin. That's not just icy, that's PR mastery on a level most couldn't dream of pulling. But here's where it stings sharper. This isn't your average wandering eye scandal. If the whispers check out, Swizz didn't just cheat, he's allegedly got an entire child on the way. And that immediately sparks the messiest question. Where does Lala fit in all this? Because don't forget, that secret engagement rumor is still swirling hard. If Alicia really ends this marriage over the baby bombshell, could that be the exact moment Lala shifts from whispered side piece to official fiancé? Would Swizz seriously have the audacity to pull the same reckless stunt twice? Honestly, it feels too wild to buy, but the timing clicks a little too neatly. And when you pile this mess on top of Alicia and Swizz's backstory, the shady way their love began, the accusations from Moss Honda, the carefully staged blended family photo ops, it paints a picture way uglier than the glossy Instagram reel they've been pushing. It's almost impossible not to call it karma swinging right back around. The very scandal Alicia once stepped into is now circling her own marriage. Like the universe hit rewind and flipped the whole script. And make no mistake, these aren't just rumors. They read like chaotic pages ripped straight out of her own diary. And now, with Lala waiting in the shadows, the saga feels less like random cheating and more like a full-circle rerun of 2010. Except this time, Alicia's the one standing on the heartbreak side. And that leaves one messy question hanging thick in the air. Was this all part of a calculated long game, or just a string of brutal coincidences crashing at the worst possible moment? Did Lala bide her time for the perfect slide into the spotlight, or did fate decide to torch everything right on Alicia and Swizz's anniversary? So now it's on you. Was this scheme in motion from day one, or just terrible timing that exploded into a viral headline mess? Drop your takes in the comments, because this saga is way too crazy to scroll past. And don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, share with your fellow drama lovers, and turn on notifications so you're locked in. What's coming next is only getting hotter, because this scandal is nowhere near finished. Catch you in the next.